let's move on to the today's class. Yes, today's class is about the muscle. Yes, this is a sixth class. Yes, muscle. Yes, because we have watched the sensory 2 weeks, and last week we have only one smallest unit, cell. So the next is muscle. What is muscle? What is muscle? So I have prepared so many topics about concerning muscles. So firstly, I will look through about this topic, and then if we have some enough time, I will show some related videos and so on. Yes. Firstly, what is a muscle? Muscle is a actuator in the body, physical living creatures. So the chemical energy is translated into the physical something, physical energy, forces and works. So by using the molecules, myosin and actin molecules, making this muscle contraction. Muscle contraction is a 筋収縮. Yes, more than 50% of energy efficiency. It is very, very high compared with artificial object, artificial thing, artificial actuators. The human body's mass, 7% is skeleton, and about 40% is muscle, it is said. So maybe you can see this schematic drawing. The skeletal mechanism is a mechanical body, and this is a heart vascular circulation system, cardiac circulation system. This is the heart, and get some energy and transfer energy into the muscle. This looks like the engine. Yes, and the control mechanism is this neural network, neural systems. Yes, this is a controller of the muscle skeletal system. Yes, looks like this is almost the same as the artificial object. Yes, and what is the role of the muscle? Maybe first is I have said movement source. You can estimate easily movement source. And the second important role is thermal source. Thermal source, because of the energy is consumed as the muscle, therefore the heat is generated, so it is used to the temperature maintenance of the body temperature maintenance. Okay, keep its temperature. Maybe you can understand 37 degrees is a human body's average temperature. So keep the temperature to make the body activate is an important role. And also the thirdly is a blood circulation support blood circulation system. For example, pump is only the heart located here, but the blood is supplied everywhere in the body. For example, in the foot tip, but it must be back to the heart again. So therefore, in the lower limb, the muscle is a very important role to push it up to again to the heart. Okay. Strong force. The internal pressure is raised, so the blood is squeezed especially in the lower limb, the muscular group make this kind of role. Okay? And the force is also important. So the protect the physical stress from the outer, the body is protected by the muscles. Muscle is located in the outer part of the arm or some shoulder, the body. So if the bone is put on the outside, it can be broken easily. But the muscle is protect the skeletal body, skeletal system. It not easy to broken, so the protected. So that this muscle is the role as a shock absorber from the outer physical forces. Yes, the functions only contract. As I said, muscle can only contract and relax, but not expand by itself. Contract, okay? Contract is pulling into become shorter. Yes, and also it is some not regularly oriented, but many directions it is facing to. So the directional property it has. For example, the heart muscle. Heart muscle is something not located parallelly. So the heart is contracted like the not like this, not like the pumping, but it is looks like the screwing, なんかこう screwing, rotating become to push to make the push the blood from the heart. Okay. And also in the vessel, the blood pipe, it has also the smooth muscle is here, so it can make the diameter will be changed easily. So it is a role to pushing the blood smoothly. Blood flow makes a smooth. And also some viscosity, elasticity, and also electrical stimulus response characteristic is also there. Yes. Yes, I will show some video introduction. Yes, the introduction.
This is the muscular system. It is made up of over 600 muscles that are composed of strong, soft tissue. As you can see in this illustration, the muscular system covers the entire skeletal system. Muscles are attached to bones by strong connective tissue called tendons. There are two groups of muscles. Voluntary muscles are muscles we can control. They allow us to stand up, sit down, walk, run, and jump. They are muscles that are connected to bones and allow us to move those bones through conscious thought. The other group of muscle is called involuntary and includes muscles that cannot be controlled. These muscles keep our hearts beating or move food through the digestive system. We don't think about these actions, they are automatic. There are three kinds of muscles found in the human being. Skeletal muscles are voluntary muscles attached to the bones and capable of permitting body movement. Skeletal muscles are also referred to as striated or banded muscles. Notice the bands on these muscles as viewed under a microscope. Smooth muscles are involuntary and are found inside most body organs, such as the stomach, intestines, and blood vessels. They are called smooth muscles because they have no bands like the striated muscles. The third kind of muscle is heart muscle. It is what the heart is made of, and it is the hardest working muscle in the body. It never rests and beats between 2 and 3 billion times in a person's lifetime. It is an involuntary muscle. The skeletal muscles are the ones that give our bodies movement. For them to perform a movement, they actually work in pairs. For instance, if you were to bend your arm at the elbow, the following sequence of events would take place. The biceps contracts and bulges, and at the same time, the triceps relaxes. You can see the bulge in your arm as the biceps contract. To lower the arm to the original position, the muscles work in reverse of what was just described. The biceps relax while the triceps contract. Voluntary muscles receive the signal to contract or relax from the brain. People make the decision to make movements, and the signals are sent from the brain down through the spinal column and to the appropriate muscles to carry out the tasks. When a muscle receives the message to contract or relax, it does so completely.
Yes. まあいいや。はい。で、next is another configurations categorization, parallel muscle, and the pination muscle, like the feather muscle. So because the power of the muscle is depending on this cross section, area of cross section, and when it has the number of muscle, it can make more power. So this parallel muscle is a long muscle. So the length of contraction is also the long. It can quickly contract. Force is small, but quickly and vastly abbreviated, contracted. Okay? But this kind of muscle, this is pination muscle, is a high power, large power it can produce. But the length of movable length is shorter than this parallel muscle. Okay? Yes. Secondly, yes, this is an agonist and antagonist mechanism. It's because of the movie also says the muscle can only contract, and the other pair is become relaxed to contract, and go back again is making this part is contracted and this part is relaxed. So the agonist and antagonist, it is said, mainly agonist is works to do some work, and antagonist become relaxed. Yes, okay. So this is a human body's antagonist muscle, and the co-contraction. Co-contraction means that both of the agonist and antagonist become contracted, because to make so drawback is because the drawback is, for example, the load to the joint become increased. But advantage is contract pressure distraction become qualizate. For example, yes. Yes, bone is it connected, looks like this, and the muscle is here. So if it is pulled both, this part is pressed. So therefore, the pressure force between these bones joint become even in this case. But if only one side is pulled, this part is become larger pressure. It makes some damage in some cases. Therefore, the co-contraction is sometimes useful and make it stable. So this joint movement becomes stable. Okay. So the co-contraction is also the important role. It is not only for this kind of two ways method. Yes, this way and this way is agonist and antagonist. But also in some cases of the insect, for the flying the wing, yes. This is the one agonist, and the other part is this body directions muscle is here. So it makes this is one agonist and this is antagonist in this case. In insect body, if you are interested in, you should watch this kind of video later. Yes. And also the classification of the muscle. Yes, this is a classification of the muscle. One classification is voluntary and involuntary. It is explained in the video. The voluntary muscle is operated by our will. We can control the muscle. That is a voluntary muscle, like this. Okay? But the heart muscle, cardiac muscle cannot control by voluntary, by intention. So it is controlled by nerve systems. Yes, and also other classification is here. So it is by the structure. Strained muscle is some strained muscle is, you can see some strings here. But smooth muscle is no strings is here or here. No existing. Yes. Nani? Contrasting density is stripe, cross striation is you can see. This is a striated muscle and smooth muscle. Okay. Yes. Also in the video shows this is three kinds of muscles: smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, and skeletal muscle. So the cardiac muscle is here, no cross section, cross striation, and the smooth muscle is also no striation, but it also yes, cross striation is here and there, these muscle, but involuntary, this smooth muscle and cardiac muscle is involuntary. Yes. Next is this is a yes. Next is a hierarchical structure of the muscle. Muscle is here. For example, this is a shoulder muscle. The skeletal muscle is here, and the skeletal muscle is consists of the muscle fascicle. This is a centimeter orders fascicle, and the muscle cell is this is one part. Muscle cell is this one part, and myofiber, muscle fiber looks like this, and this has yes, you can see this dark line is called Z line. bright section is between the Z line, so here, and it is consists of the filament. The thin filament is called actin filament, and the thick filament is a myosin filament, and this between Z line part is this part is called sarcomere. So between the sarcomere, this is become shorter. So this is normally it is 2 micrometers between one section, one sarcomere. Yes, and this is a sarcomere. So this is Z line, and Z line is here, and between this, it can be contracted, become shorter. So, for example, each section is normally it shows normal is 2 micrometer, but it can contract 0.5 micrometer in 0.1 second. So therefore, 2 micrometer, but it can contract 1 micrometer per 0.1 second. This is the speed of the one sarcomere. For example, the total length is 20 centimeters muscle, like this, the leg muscle. Leg muscle has 20 centimeters, for example. Yes. Yes. And yes, like this. And this part muscle is about 20 centimeter here. So each sarcomere has 2 micrometer, and it can contract 5.5 micrometer per 0.1 second. Therefore, the 20 centimeter, it means 80,000 sarcomere is here. 80,000 sarcomere is here. So it can contract each sarcomere can become shorter 0.5 micrometer in 0.1 second. So the 0.1 second, during the 0.1 second, it can contract, become 4 centimeter, become shorter. Okay? So this system makes yes, each part is very, very small, but the small part is serially connected. Therefore, totally, it can contract 4 centimeter per 0.1 second. It's a very, very high speed. Okay? So the velocity amplified by this system. And also this is a filament system. This is a thick filament and thin filament. Thick filament and thin filament. And between that, it has some this part is this head, sling and head. This is yes, myosin, and the thick filament is looks like this, and actin filament is a thin filament looks like this. This is it looks like the double spiral molecule is serially connected. The actin is here. Actin is this large white ball, and toporonin is here, and toporomyosin is this thin. Toporomyosin is thin. And by using this calcium ion, the position of the actin toporonin will be changed. So it changes its force or activate this system. これぐらい見ますか？なんかマッスルコントラクションプロセスっていうやつ。
You use muscles every day to do activities. This woman is using muscles to breathe, circulate blood, and move her hand to take notes. Your cardiac and smooth muscle tissues are involuntary. You do not consciously control their actions. Skeletal muscle works under voluntary control. Skeletal muscles are composed of bundles of muscle fibers. Muscle fibers are long cylindrical cells containing several nuclei. Muscles will contract or relax when they receive signals from the nervous system. A neuromuscular junction is the site of the signal exchange. This is where the synaptic bulb of an axon terminal and muscle fiber connect. Muscle fibers are composed of many myofibrils. A myofibril contains contractile units called sarcomeres. Sarcomeres run adjacent to one another down the length of the myofibril. Each sarcomere consists of alternating thick and thin protein filaments, giving skeletal muscle its striated appearance. The muscle contracts when these filaments slide past each other. The thick filaments are myosin, which are anchored at the center of the sarcomere, called the M-line. The thin filaments are composed of the protein actin, which are anchored to the Z-lines on the outer edges of the sarcomere. Because the actin filaments are anchored to the Z-lines, the sarcomere shortens from both sides when actin filaments slide along the myosin filaments. Although the action between the filaments is described as sliding, the myosin filament actually pulls the actin along its length. The cross bridges of the myosin filaments attach to the actin filaments and exert force on them to move. This action is known as the sliding filament mechanism of muscle contraction. In this model, the sarcomeres shorten without the thick or thin filaments changing in length. A contraction begins when a bound ATP is hydrolyzed to ADP and inorganic phosphate. This causes the myosin head to extend and can attach to a binding site on actin, forming a cross bridge. An action called the power stroke is triggered, allowing myosin to pull the actin filament toward the M-line, thereby shortening the sarcomere. ADP and inorganic phosphate are released during the power stroke. The myosin remains attached to actin until a new molecule of ATP binds, freeing the myosin to either go through another cycle of binding and more contraction, or remain unattached to allow the muscle to relax. Muscle contractions are controlled by the actions of calcium. The thin actin filaments are associated with regulatory proteins called troponin and tropomyosin. When a muscle is relaxed, tropomyosin blocks the cross-bridge binding sites on actin. When calcium ion levels are high enough and ATP is present, calcium ions bind to the troponin, which displaces tropomyosin, exposing the myosin binding sites on actin. This allows myosin to attach to a binding site on actin, forming a cross bridge. Calcium ions are stored in the sarcoplasmic reticulum and are released in response to signals from the nervous system to contract. Neurotransmitter molecules are released from a neuron and bind to receptors, which depolarizes the membrane of the muscle fiber. The electrical impulse travels down the T-tubules and opens calcium stores. Calcium ions flow to the myofibrils, where they trigger a muscle contraction. As the actin and myosin slide along each other, the entire sarcomere shortens as the Z-lines draw closer to the M-line. As the sarcomeres in myofibrils contract, the entire muscle fiber will shorten. When muscle fibers contract in unison, a muscle can produce enough force to move the body, allowing you to take notes.
Allowing you to take notes. Yes. Okay. So yes, maybe you can understand some of the mechanism of this, and also the calcium ion is making the trigger to make this the topolomyosin and the topolines to it is a trigger to activate this the cross bridge mechanism. Yes, okay. Yes, this is almost the same exciting contraction coupling. So some signal is a trigger to make the calcium explosion, and it makes a contraction. Yes. And this is also the relative sliding movement mechanism. It is also shown in the video. And ATP hydrolysis is making the energy to make this cross bridge movement. Yes, there are also many videos you can find on the net. Yes, next is energy efficiency, because we are the engineer, so we want to think about the engineering viewpoint. So the efficiency. Efficiency can be calculated. Yes, how to calculate? ATP hydrolysis is looks like this. Entropy will be changed, and also gives the energy consumption rate. So we can estimate that the speed of this transformation looks like this. So this energy consumption is by muscle 1 gram looks like this. And also the energy output consuming, this is a given energy. This is supplied to the muscle, and this is a real actuated energy. It can be also, we can see, because this is isotonic contraction. Isotonic contraction means the same stress, it can freely contract. At that time, shortening velocity and tension is when the shortening velocity and tension is 1/3 of the maximum value, is the highest energy efficiency. So it looks like this. The maximum tension is in the case of frog's leg. The largest tension looks like this, and the largest contraction speed looks like this. So the power for 1 gram mass looks like this. So by comparing these two numbers, the energy transformation conversion efficiency looks like 40%. 50%. Okay? 50% energy is really actuated by the muscle. And in some cases, for example, the turtle, it is assumed that more than the maximum of 80% is energy consumption efficiency. So do you know the usual electric motors power efficiency, for example? どのくらいですか? 30-40 is very high, but not so much. So living creatures' muscle has very high efficiency, power efficiency, you can understand. Yes, this is a motor unit. Motor unit is one nerve is control some fiber groups. Yes, it is also the tetanus is yes. As I have to say is twitch. Twitch is one signal, one pulse. Yes, it can provide one pulse. It can contract once. It can contract for several milliseconds. It can contract. So to make the muscle the contracted condition, keep the contracted condition, the pulse must be supplied continuously. Yes, about 10 or 100 hertz frequency at the rate of this. This activation potential is supplied. So the contraction is keep keep contraction. But if you stop the pulse supplying, the contract will be stopped, so that it will be released, relaxed. So if you stand still, we don't know, we don't take attention to the muscle control, but only standing, the pulse is provided to the leg muscle continuously. Yes, this is tetanus. Pulse must be supplied only to standing up and only to heading up. Okay? Yes, and the next topic is model, dynamic model of the muscle. For example, Hill's model. Hill is yes. Archibald Vivian Hill is an English physiologist. He works in the early 20th century, almost the 20th century. He worked. So he proposed three component model of the muscle. The spring component, serial spring and parallel spring, and the contraction part, contractile component, actively contract, and the parallel elastic component, and the serial elastic component. So by using this model, it can be explained that the muscle length, 100% is a normal length, and become larger. This spring makes become shorter, so it looks like this. Yes, and it is also tested by this instrument. Yes, this is the muscle is put on here, and the force transducer is here, and yes, isometric contraction is making the length of the muscle is kept, and the pulse is supplied to this muscle. So some contraction force is produced. It can be measured by this force transducer, force sensor. And 頭頂性収縮, isotonic contraction. So this stopper is released, and this counterweight, this weight is supplied to here. So therefore, the muscle is preloaded by this weight. Constant load is supplied to this muscle by this weight. So at that time, some pulse activation pulse is active potential pulse is supplied, and it will be contracted. So when the load is increased, of course, the contraction power will be decreased. No load is the maximum speed of contraction. Yes, of course. So this is one result of this. That is by using that instrument. Yes, firstly, it is the same length contraction. It means isometric contraction is here. So both side is kept, both side is fixed, and some pulse is supplied. So therefore, this contraction part become shorter, and the serial connected spring become longer. Therefore, the force will be raised. The muscle length is kept here. Muscle length is kept here, and some pulse is supplied here. So the tension will be raised, looks like this. And then this position is released. When this position released, this becomes shorter because of this serial spring becomes a normal length. And also this contraction part is become shorter because some pulse is supplied continuously. Yes, therefore this part becomes shorter. Therefore the weight load is the constant, but the length becomes shorter like this. So this is maximum force, maximum tension in the isometric condition. And this is the speed of contraction. This angle shows the speed of contraction at this preloaded condition. Okay. Yes, and also this is Hill's work in 1938. This is a load and maximum speed of contraction. So when the no load, it is a maximum speed, like this, and the load is supplied. The weight load become increased. The contraction speed become decreased. And the maximum speed is when the load is 0, and this is almost the same as length of muscle per second. He found by this experiment. And then this is the same curve of the contraction speed and contraction tension load. It looks like this. So therefore the power is a multiple of the tension and velocity. Therefore it looks like this. It shows so the maximum power is produced around here. So it shows about one third of the maximum value, both on the speed and both of the tension, is almost the maximum power it can produce. So if you want to carry something, if you want to, yes, that's. Yes, this is a card box maybe, and you have to if you have to bring it, if you have to carry it to here to the other place maybe, it has some task. Yes, how to do it? Yes. You can carry many card box. You can carry many box at the maximum, and you will go there. And yes, this makes the number of times to carry this is reduced maybe, but it is not good for the energy viewpoint. So yes, you should not carry the load at the maximum at one time, but 1/3 of your ability is a good efficient to doing some task. Okay, it shows. This is muscle fiber composition and kind. Yes, maybe you know that red muscle and white muscle. Red muscle and white muscle. Yes, maybe you have watched some meat of the, for example, pig or beef or something. Yes, red muscle or sometimes white muscle is here. Okay. And also the athlete. Some athlete is the specialist of the short track, and some athlete is a specialist of the marathon running, long distance running. Yes, which muscle is used? And red muscle is mitochondria enzyme activities increased. So the contraction is slow, but the permanent property is good, the red muscle. It means the slow switch myosin is made by training. So it shows the red muscle. So the red muscle can be trained by training. Okay? Can be trained. So you can be the marathon runner, but this fast twitch fiber is it is faster than slow twitch fibers. It is good for the short track runners, maybe, but it cannot work so long time. This is a fast twitched myosin, low active state. Yes, when the low active state, this kind of fast myosin will be generated. So, but it cannot produce by high stress training. It is difficult to produce high stress training. So therefore, this kind of ability, fast speed running, is depending on sometimes its environment, but sometimes its genes. Yes, we cannot train this kind of muscle easily. Just I will show this video. スプリンターとマラソンとどっちがいいですか？ファーストスイッチファイバー、スロースイッチファイバーちょっと見ますか？ Yes.
What is the difference between these athletes' muscles, these aging muscles, and even these dancers' muscles? All are covered in skin, cushioned by fat, supported by bone, fed by blood vessels. But deep within our muscle cells lies an organelle which produces most of our body's energy, the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Some cells have many mitochondria, others fewer. Some mitochondria are intact, others damaged, and the number and condition of mitochondria makes a huge difference in all of our cells. Dr. Vamseen Mutha does groundbreaking research on mitochondria. He explains how mitochondria affect cells that make up muscle fibers.
Our skeletal muscle actually has two different types of fibers, dark meat and white meat, and sometimes called slow twitch and fast twitch fibers. And depending on what activity we're doing, we'll either use more of the fast twitch fibers or more of the slow twitch fibers. So during a sprint, we want to use the fast twitch fibers. Fast twitch fibers need energy very rapidly. Slow twitch fibers, on the other hand, have to be able to perform for a long period of time. These slow twitch fibers are dark because they're actually packed with mitochondria. That's actually what makes them dark.
Slow twitch fibers have more mitochondria for more sustained energy.
As we do exercise training, we're actually telling our muscle cells to produce more mitochondria within our skeletal muscle.
How do these reserves of mitochondria provide energy for endurance?
Each of the cells in our body use something called ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, as the high energy currency. And this is the energy source that's going to be fueling the various motors, the various pumps in each of our cells. So when we eat food, for example, glucose, that's going to enter into our cells, and through three main metabolic pathways, that glucose is going to get converted into ATP. And the three main pathways are known as glycolysis, the Krebs cycle, and the electron transport chain.
These three pathways are linked in our cells. Glycolysis occurs outside the mitochondria, uses no oxygen, and quickly produces only 2 ATP.
If you have some time, you should watch later. Yes, and the next part is isometric growth and allometric growth. Isometric growth is same shape, keeping the shape that it is growth. Yes, you can understand this is a growth, the same shape. But many, yes, fish, some kind of fish be the same shape. Maybe you can understand. Small fish, when it is appeared from the egg, this is some shape. But to the human being is not the same shape. Yes. どう書けばいいかというと。何を書けばいいかというと、これか。これも書けるか。ダメだ。Fish is almost the same. Becomes a yes. This is a baby fish. This is an adult fish. This is almost the same shape. But human being is a human baby has a large head, maybe. Yes, but maybe your ideal body shape is maybe the small head is better. Maybe you think? You think? Like this. So the not the same shape. So because as I said, yes, this is depending on its size. Yes. This shows the length become twice length. Twice length means the volume become 2 by 2 by 2. Volume become 2 by 2 by 2. So the 8 times volume. 8 times volume. 8 times volume is weight become 8 times. Weight become 8 times. So load become 8 times. But the muscle is, yes, this muscle power is depending on this cross section. Okay? Cross section. Therefore, the cross section, this size, this cross section area become only 2 by 2, 4 times. 4 times. So the weight become 8 times, but the power only produce 4 times. 4 times. If we develop the same shape. So if it is not good, so the performance, yes, this shows the performance become half. Okay. So weight load become 8 times, but the power only generate 4 times. So therefore, the performance become half. For example, yes, maybe you can understand easily. Therefore, the maybe in many cases, allometric growth will be there. So fish because zero gravity conditions under the water, but on the earth we have one gravity force in any cases. Therefore, we have to develop the in allometric growth. Okay. And also, this is a growth model is here. The growth model is here, so it shows like this. And yes, this figure shows various onshore on the ground mammals, its body weight and bone weight. Body weight. Yes, body weight become larger. Yes, bone weight should become higher because it is as the last page I have shown only about the muscle, but not only muscle but also the bone skeletal mechanism is necessary to support this structure, this shape, this configuration. So including that, the body weight and bone weight become also it looks like the linear condition. This is a small mouse, squirrel, and some cat and human being and elephant. It looks like this. So it is a general expression. The cross section area is like this. This is筋骨格系のyes, muscle, and also the length looks like this. It is like this, and the weight is the cross section by length. So therefore, this body weight and the musculoskeletal weight. Musculoskeletal weight is looks like this. 1.33 is one parameter. You should think later about this. Yes, and also this is aging. When the human being aged, which kind of muscle become weak? The muscle thickness. This is the age is here, and the muscle thickness is here. For example, this is a stomach muscle, and this is upper arm muscle, and this is a leg muscle. It looks like this. And this is the age and power, knee power produced, extension power. It's the maximum is at about 30 years old, and after that it becomes decreased. So the extension muscle is significantly reduced. Extension muscle to support body become significantly reduced. And flexion muscle is not so much weak, decreased. It means, yes, we can do that. Straight, stand still is not good for the elderly people. Okay. And the final part is yes, how to stop aging. How to stop aging. That is, for example, the reactive oxygen species is one factor for the aging. It makes the impact of some cell death or some atherome or something, and cancer or some fat or something. But to prevent this, so oxygen oxygen is a very, very important component to make the living creature activate, but it also make damage to the human body to some mechanism of the cell. But to stop to prevent, not to completely prevent, but to make weaken this effect, some superoxide dismutase. Superoxide dismutase is also there. It is also to prevent this active oxygen's effect, but this mechanism become weak, become decreased with aging. So therefore, the cell become damaged with the age. Okay. So this is a video, but it's not this. Yes. All of the topics I have prepared looks like this. You want to go back to watch some video or something? It's not necessary. Yes. So therefore, I have some information. Today and tomorrow we will have the International Collaboration Symposium in here. So yes, presently it is the keynote speech is held at the tele-lecture room at the media center over the road, across the road. And the next part is invited talk by some Korean professor is some invited talk. So if you have some time, you should attend there. And also today's afternoon and tomorrow afternoon, we will have the oral session around here and the poster session at the computer room, student computer room. So the IPS student will present, and also some foreign student and foreign professor present their work. So if you have some time, you should attend as much as possible to hear about the other activities and your laboratory's senior student activities. Okay? Yes. If you bring some report, yes, of course I will add some score point to usual point. Okay, of course. Next week, if you have some separate sheet of the report about this, I will add some point. Yes, this is some handout, and it is also there on the in front of the office. This sheet is there, so you can get this. Okay.